Good morning, early Tuesday morning, heading to Herzliya to Proov. I'm going to be there most of the day, meeting my boy Avi Winter for lunch at Herbert Samuel, my favorite restaurant. Then heading back home, packing up, and heading to the airport tonight, 10 p.m., 12:45 flight. Yeah, I'm going to be in New York for the next 8 days, or 7 days, 2 days in Florida. Literally like 10 speaking gigs all around the East Coast. It's going to be an intense week and a cold one, but I am excited because I love New York. Let's do this. To Herzliya, 9 a.m. Heading up to Proov headquarters right now. But first, I need to make my regular stop to see these beauties. So pretty. Vlogger's worst nightmare is that the microphone isn't on. So it shows that the microphone's on, but the display wasn't showing it, so I got a little nervous there. Okay. But we're good.
Okay.
So you've seen the view, you've heard about Proov. I want you to meet, and you've been on the vlog a couple of times, but kind of like just a nice selfie, nothing. I don't think I've ever done an actual interview with you. Maybe because I'm intimidated by your good looks. But anyway, this is Alexei, who we're gonna put aside his bodybuilding for 1 second. How tall are you? Do you know how many meters you are?
Almost 2.
2 meters and like I'd say 98% muscle. So it's a little scary. But
It's a bust.
No, really? I don't know, man. You look pretty ripped to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, he is co-founder and CTO of Proov, and widely regarded you can close your ears if I'm embarrassing you, but widely regarded as one of the top technical people in this country. Period. How many years have you been working in tech?
From 94.
94.
Yeah.
Before I was born. Not really. But for many years, before I knew what a computer was, basically. No, but really, he is, long kind of history, but not only just tech. Like I work in tech, but this guy is like the real deal. So CTO of Proov, and Proov, I've talked about it before, but I'm gonna shut up in a minute. Just want to give you kind of an overview of why Toby and Alexei founded this company. Being that they both work for decades in the tech space, the need for a POC, proof of concept. In other words, the startups want to work with enterprises want to work with startups. It's a win-win, but the need for somebody to simplify that process, right? Because it's a tremendous risk if I'm the Bank of America to work with some random startup that I don't know that that it works well. And if I put it on my servers and it brings down my servers, I'm dead. And so while everyone wants to run POCs, not everyone does it because of the risk. And so they founded this company, and it's not a simple solution as far as the technology. It's obviously a very sophisticated solution, but from the enterprise or from the startup's perspective, it streamlines the process. How was that?
No, it's great. The point is that at my previous companies and my previous ventures, actually I experienced this pain.
Yeah.
A very major aspect of it. It's like when you are trying to promote your product to the corporate, to the enterprise, and actually your product is good, and you see your baby, your product is failing, not because of its quality, but because of many circumstances that are coming around it, like the environment of test wasn't defined well, or it took a time to fetch from corporates. They needed details and they needed data, access APIs, everything. And maybe me as a startup, I couldn't realize at the time that I need a little bit fine-tune my product to
match their environment.
Yeah, to match the environment and to be very easy during the integration. So instead of being very short, direct, win-win path of the deal, like you are entering to the POC, you are going it like that, and you are going to the deal. You're finding yourself in loss-loss situation instead of win-win situations.
It's funny because you're a technical guy, so you know the technical challenges, but from a marketing perspective and communication perspective, startups and enterprises talk different languages.
Exactly.
And so you need to be able to communicate at the very least. And then there's the whole, just the marketplace aspect of if I'm the Bank of America, if I'm Coca-Cola, if I'm whoever, I want to adopt new technologies, but how do I find them? Just that alone is a massive challenge. But then, you mentioned
that's one of the points. Yeah, small part. The biggest part is like going very fast via the integration point.
Right.
Like I'm giving you my product and I'm integrating very fast to your legacy system.
Right.
And actually to perform a POC with the maximum quality, this is a
minimum risk.
This is a main point of passing POC well.
Right.
And you will be amazed if I will say you how many startups, how many ISVs are actually failing because of things that can be like overcome and they are not.
Okay, so among the many elements of the Proov end-to-end POC platform, one of, and we'll talk about others, but one of them is the deep mirroring technology. Because again, if I'm just saying, let's say Coca-Cola. If I'm Coca-Cola, so I want POCs, but to test this new technology on my environment is tremendous risk. So Proov takes that entire environment as is, mirrors it on our cloud, on our system, and says, if it works here, it's the same environment, it will work by you. And so you don't have any risk to you at all. But not only that, we actually take it, when I say we, by the way, full disclosure, in case you didn't know, by every single week coming here, I'm an advisor at this company, but this Proov is my baby. I love this company, and I've been with them like a year. Oh, thanks, man, thanks. I appreciate it. Really, I love what they're doing here, and it hits home for me, the model here. But in addition to the deep mirroring technology, which takes the entire testing environment and duplicates it, but it's actually more than that. Why? Because once we've created the POC on our testing environment, which is duplicated, we have the red cloud, which is, let's see how strong it is. Let's see how it withholds attacks, cyber attacks. And I'm sure I'm simplifying it for us normal people. Tell me more about that.
Let me give you a very important point about deep mirroring technology. Look, usually when startups come to the corporate and try to arrive to the testing environment of corporate, you need to go via a very long and expensive security check process of this corporate. So instead of it, what we are doing, we created a very sophisticated, actually AI-based technology that it snapshot the whole production or the part of the production of corporate, but it's not duplicated. It creates the same but different. It's like you have data which distributes in the same ways, but it's different.
And why is that important?
You have APIs because by doing this, you are not exposing the secret things of the corporate, and you create the environment that can be used like that for the benchmark testing.
And you also, in order for us to mirror this, we don't necessarily need endless information from the enterprise.
Exactly. So and also, for example, if in production you have actually the endpoints APIs that are connected to the real backend legacy system, here you have the same APIs that are acting in the very similar way, but it's not connecting to the real system. So they can
no risk.
No risk.
Love it.
But this is only one aspect of deep mirroring. The deep mirroring is actually a part of our product that takes about setting up the POC environment in a very fast way and actually saving a lot of money to the corporate and brings the ROI of the POC to the new highs. It's like if you are a corporate customers that are using Proov, you're able to do 20 POCs with
simultaneously.
Yes, simultaneously with each one with 10 participants simultaneously. This is an unimaginable number for someone that's trying to do all the process manually.
But without Proov, you'd need a team of 80 people to run 20 POCs.
At least, and there are things that without Proov you cannot do. For example, we are able to measure the business KPI or business key performance indicator of running a startup. It's like how this product is influencing your business processes, which without Proov cannot be done.
Right.
And our predictive analytics suite, and it's like saving the real pain points. And for startup, why it's supposed to use Proov? Because if you're using Proov, you are starting to do a POC in a minutes.
Right, not years.
You are not burning your money when, believe me, you don't have much.
Right.
If you are a startup and you are starting to do, you are entering to the deep water of the POC in minutes.
Instantly. Okay, so those are some examples. Let's talk about one more among probably 100 different features that we have here at Proov. One more example of something that we're doing here, which is the lab, Proov Lab. So, let me just give a little background here. Why do enterprises even want to run POCs? The answer is very simple. Enterprises, their biggest challenge is moving. It's moving, remaining innovative and agile, and they want to adopt new technology. Everyone wants to adopt new technologies, but we said before, tremendous risk, and also requires a lot of resources. But more and more enterprises are realizing the importance of corporate innovation. On the other side, the startups, they say, listen, among many, I want to raise money, I want to, start selling my product, but one of the many aspirations of startups is to work with enterprises. Now, these guys have an innovation lab, all these enterprises, they have literally like a team of, could be hundreds of people who their job is to adopt corporate innovation. We have that entire infrastructure literally off the shelf, quote unquote, right? We give it to enterprises, you say, take the Proov lab. Tell me about that a little bit.
Okay, so
I love this stuff.
So this is a great example of if you have a big budget and you open a new department and you call it with some high sound name like Innovation Lab, not sure you will arrive to the good ROI.
Okay, what do you mean?
Because you still will have to do your processes in the manual, old school way,
right.
Like to do POCs one after other, not in parallel mode. Each preparation of the testing environment, it's a huge project for you, that it's your money of the R&D budget, etc., etc., etc. The judgment of the POC is bad, etc., etc., etc. So what we're proposing here to the corporates, and actually it's going very well, it's to create a private cloud for various purposes, for example, for the security checks, cyber checks, data checks, etc., etc., that actually already have all these needed services inside. As one box. Yes. So it's like you are coming to us, a predefined private cloud, even based on your own hardware, etc., and it's fully surrounded by Proov regular services, like what we talked about. So that's actually brings the ROI of your innovation lab from here to here.
Yeah.
The only KPI of innovation lab in the corporate should be how many innovation I succeeded to bring inside.
Right.
Because if I'm not doing this, why am I doing? What I'm doing?
Unbelievable. All right, I only have one more important question for you. How much can you bench press?
Okay, now or in the past?
In the past.
In the past?
Then tell me now.
Oh, in the past over 200 kilograms. And now maybe 180.
200 kilo? Dude, that's two of me. It's 2.5 of me.
I don't bench you.
Oh my God, that's insane. You actually work as a bodybuilder, right?
No, as a powerlifter.
What's the difference?
Bodybuilders they want to look nice. And,
powerlifters.
Powerlifters is also the KPI.
Love it. and you till today, I mean, you still work out very intensely, right?
Yeah. All
right, man, you don't want this guy on your bad side, that's all I'm saying.
No.
I'm glad you like me. Anyway, listen, man, this is, obviously I'm super duper excited about what we're building here at Proov, and all I can say is my blessing to myself is that we continue to collaborate for many years into the future until we IPO, or even after we IPO. All right, man, thanks. Thanks, man. Your waiter on Earth. What up? It's a wide lens. You look really badass just now. How you doing, man? You good?
How are you?
Paul? There's prime rib today? I'm making sure. This might be a good choke. One of my favorite portions in Herbert Samuel is something they took off the menu and they only have it at night. But the chef came over and said, I know you love the beef tartare, so we made it for you. This thing is absolutely divine. I shouldn't be eating bread, but this thing right here. What? Oh my God, wait, is that my steak? Oh my God, oh my God. We're about to eat that thing. So I love coming to Herbert Samuel, not only because the food is outrageous, but because this guy, who are you?
I'm Amir, nice to meet you.
Amir takes care of me, man. He hooks me up. So far today, he got me the beef tartare that's off the menu, and he just got us tomato soup. What? You've been too nice to me today.
I try to. He's a nice guy, so.
1.3 kilo of prime rib. Tell me about that rib steak. Can you tell me a little more about it?
It's a special dish here in Herbert Samuel. A wonderful one, comes with a lot of vegetables on the side.
How aged is it, you know?
40 days and nights.
40 days and nights.
Yeah, that's the minimum. I think this one specifically is maybe 42 or 43.
That's like how many days the Jews were in the desert.
Oh, 56?
40. 40 days. 40. Anyway, man, no, 40 years. 40 days was Hal Sinai. Got all my Torah stuff mixed up. Anyway, dude, appreciate all the hookups. Thank you, man. And you make this culinary experience very enjoyable.
Thank you. You make my work worthwhile.
Love it, man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, dude. All right, he cooked the steak. It has just arrived. Sit down for this one. The after shot. How was it, man? That was awesome, right?
My name is Avi. First of all, I've been living between the U.S. and Israel my whole life. Worked in the governmental sector here, financial sector. My goal is to help foreign investors, large corporates come to Israel and really get a foothold in Startup Nation.
My kind of guy, and he eats more meat than me, so there's that. Total 100% food coma. All right, left Proov's offices, heading home now to run some last-minute errands before the flight. First stop, my SIM card. My friend Yermi Berzon hooked me up with a SIM card from Telaway, his company, telaway.com or telaway.coil if you're in Israel. The man is a legend. Hooked me up totally. Really appreciate that, Yermi. If you are a traveler, you should definitely check out their website. Full disclosure, he did hook me up. So if that makes me less objective, then so be it. But the service has been fantastic. I've paid him many times for the service, and it's always been super fast data. Just, this is not an ad. I really actually do like their service. And I love that they send it with like a little pin to open up the SIM compartment on the plane. Kind of cover all your cellular needs in the States. So it's super helpful. So thanks again, Yermi. And just saying, if you guys need a SIM card, big fan. Now off to run the rest of my errands, and the flight's in 6 hours. Bit nervous, gotta admit. Driver has arrived, heading to the airport now. 12-hour flight to NYC. The lines here are not so fun. It's gonna be a long wait. We know a little someone here. Who's that? What up?
Look at my passport.
It's not so interesting, your passport, Who are you, man? Who are you?
Real Rats. See your Rats Pack Media.
There you go. Nice plug. Love it. My next door neighbor works at the airport. He's taking good care of his neighbor. Thank you for that.
Pleasure.
He won't say what he's doing, but he's taking care of me. Excuse him, Mom. Beep, beep. So I bumped into my next door neighbor who works at the airport. He got me on one of those cars, and he put me on the business class line. Not to sit in business class, but just bypass the entire 200-person line. That was pretty unexpected, but awesome. The wait and security on the way to the plane today took way too long. I was standing in line for easily an hour and a half. All right, boarding. Love it. All right, camera's going up there. See you on the other side. Landed in NYC. It's like 7 degrees. It is flipping freezing. I don't think I've experienced this kind of cold in easily 15 years. I'm getting in the car. My driver's here. My boy Donnie Haller came to pick me up. I'll see you guys tomorrow.